Hugo's hella scary. Once you start getting option selects into the mix. Hugo just has really, really safe spammable pressure. In the same sense that fucking Ken and Makoto do, actually. Hugo forces you to pull out reversals, and then he's the character who punishes reversals the hardest of any character in the game. Wonder who the character who actually punishes the hardest in the game is. I guess it's like Goken, right? Or like Soccer or something. It's just the character with the highest damage. Why the fuck does Sakura have some of the highest damage in the game? What's the sense in that? Doraemon versus Namato. Yeah, leg loops. This is gonna kill. Poor fucking... Poor Remy. Lots of characters can get cool counter hit ultra links. It's actually not a very unique feature of Chun-Li. It's just well known for Chun-Li for whatever reason. Because a lot of people go for it. Remy Hugo is bad-ish. It's a scary matchup. It's a little bit like Oro Hugo. Except Oro's way better at fighting Hugo. But like, you play it the same way. You hang back and you throw projectiles and you kind of hope that he doesn't counter-proc the projectile. How do I stop being a scrub? Identify weaknesses and eliminate them. Step 1 can be kind of hard in that 2-step process. Step 2 can also be kind of hard. This is probably going to be on YouTube. I can't imagine that it wouldn't be. Cody can get Ultra 2 off of just regular ass normals. You can get Ultra 2 off of a Sand Strong, a Knife Crutch Fierce, and a late connect towards Strong. And like literally only a frame late. It's quite easy to do. Most of your towards Strongs would be like that. Anyway, the point is with Remy and Hugo is that Remy theoretically wins, but you have to like... You have to be perfect. You can't fuck up. A tiny fuck up gives Hugo like 60% of your health. You can play for 60 seconds and then he can eliminate what you just did in 2 seconds. Hugo's very stressful to fight in this game for that reason, even though he's not that good. He got him. That's kind of cool. That kills, I think. No, it doesn't kill. It's gonna be close though. Wake up, heal. Let's do it. He might have been able to heal there actually. That was kind of a risky time to do it. He can get punished though. Half of the healing takes place in the freeze in this game. That was, I think, a fuzzy guard there. I think he blocked the first hit and then tried to crouch block the second. Or perhaps he just tried to red parry. You suck. Who sucks? Me? Yeah, use the opportunity to get a taunt off. I've never even seen PRA go for some weird cancel into super. The only one he ever goes for into super is usually stand forward, and it's usually an empty cancel, which is just an option select, so it never fails in theory. I've only ever seen him like have it blocked like one time. Most people don't fall into it though. But a read and a guess are the same thing, so you're not really asking the right question there. It seems like you're trying to ask, do you think he has amazing reactions, or just reads? Poison is Hugo's manager, and Hugo can also call her with a taunt. She's his pre-battle intro, and if he does taunt plus up at the same time, she wanders onto the stage and blows a kiss, and then wanders off. The kiss taunt versus the regular Hugo taunt do exactly the same thing, it just buffs his defense. I answered your question before you could ask it. If you're getting EX Shoryuken, then you're doing it, you're not completing the motion. If you're getting EX Shoryuken, that means your motion is down, down, forward, forward, down, down, forward. And then you're hitting punches before you do the final forward. Or kicks, or whatever character you play. So what you should do is just make more of an attempt to finish the motion before hitting the button. But the only advice I have there is just do it faster. Do it cleaner. Just practice it a lot. That's my actual advice. Go to training mode, make sure you can do it 100% of the time in training mode. I dropped like a Shoryuken Ultra once in a Blue Moon. It's very consistent once you know how to do it. I'm pretty sure Hugo can stand strong at tackle. Sup, Shrek. That's the fundamental problem of tutorials and the things that I do in general is that I can't actually do anything. I can like give people information, but I can't really help them to apply it. Getting good is kind of a necessary step of fighting games, and that's kind of the point of fighting games and competitive gaming in general. It's kind of the appeal is you like start off as a baddie and then through your own efforts you become a goodie. And it's something that like no one can do but you. So getting good is sort of like, you know, inevitable. It's not that slow in 3S. Still fast as fuck. It's probably the same speed. It might even be faster than it is in 4. I've never had cross-counter training. There was a point in time where I could have offered the cross-counter training, and I just haven't ever finished it. Oh. I mean, Makoto still recovers from her Karakusa before the opponent can, like, punish it. Depending on the opponent. Not always. If you neutral jump Makoto's Karakusa, she'll recover before you can hit her. Unless you're doing like Remy's neutral jump roundhouse or something. Or Dudley's neutral jump roundhouse, I think. Something that hits really far down. Or a character who doesn't jump very high. Such as Remy or Dudley. Respectively. Yeah. The best possible thing that you can be good at is footsies. And there's like, it's very difficult to make a tutorial for footsies. I've tried to. The thing is, footsies is so all-encompassing. Have you been to an online tournament? I actually run a weekly online tournament, believe it or not. I am the most common winner, but that's not saying much. Try FADC into Fierce or Jab. Sometimes it doesn't come out or sometimes it doesn't combo. If it doesn't come out, that means you did it too early. If it doesn't combo, that means you did it too late. I go to offline tournaments. I used to go to Wednesday night fights, but they stopped. Hi, Mamuka Fox. Anohita. That means that guy. Oh, but anyway, I've made tutorials for like lots of things that are little elements of footsies. For example, an empty cancel is a tiny element of footsies. That's one of my more popular videos. Stuff like that. But there's so much. There's so much. And most of it only applies to some characters because every character footsies differently to some degree. That was a fuck up. That combo would have killed. And now he's dead. All he had to do was struggle into stand fierce and he would have won. That background is pretty nice normal. Elena only has pretty nice normals. Elena's overhead presence, the big key to this matchup is Elena's overhead presence is like more scary than her low presence. I wasn't thinking that Tekken was shitty, but I was thinking that it's a bit unnecessary to list Tekken games. It's not bad, Ducky. That's actually like something I was already kind of planning to do, but it's good that you said that because I'll put a little bit more emphasis on it. I was gonna do something like that in my how to read frame data. I was gonna do like what +2 or -2 really means, or +1 or -1 more accurately, I guess. Why did he not do like low strong uppercut? Huh. I'll talk about momentum instead of like punishing. Well, I'll talk about punishing as well, but I'll talk about momentum. No, that's not a punish. That's good. Oh, he did a baby combo. He had bigger damage than that. My how to read frame data is soon. I'm still not quite sure how I'm gonna do it. Would Akuma be better in third strike if after a light DP he could juggle into a hard DP after Tatsu? What? I can't tell what you're asking. After light DP after Tatsu? You mean like light DP into Tatsu into hard DP, or Tatsu into hard DP, or light DP into hard DP? What the fuck are you talking about? That's a good anti-air Fierce. Fierce has a target combo into roundhouse, but I don't think the roundhouse anti-air, so I don't think you can do like Fierce roundhouse as an anti-air. If you could, that'd be kind of cool. Elena's Dizzy is pretty good, in fact. That's not really a perception most people have of her. But her Dizzy output is pretty nice, mostly because she often hits you with hard normals. If Akuma had an additional juggle, he would automatically be better. No questions asked. Regardless of what the juggle was, even if it was shitty. It would be good to have that option. Tatsu, light DP, hard DP. Oh. No, that would be a buff, yeah. That would be strong. Akuma's strong enough. He doesn't need a buff. I feel like Akuma's the measuring stick that they should balance everyone on. I feel like everyone above Akuma is too strong and everyone below Akuma is too weak. I feel like Akuma's the best character who doesn't have something that's outright broken. Akuma wasn't in 2i. Wasn't it just Jin Akuma? I didn't even know he had a dive kick in that game. Regular Akuma in Street Fighter 3 engine wasn't designed till 3rd strike. He was non-playable and he was boss mode only. Oh, he dropped that combo in 2nd impact. SA3 for Elena is matchup dependent. Some people run 1, some people run 2, some people run 3. It's literally just preference. 1 is the easiest to land, 2 does the most damage, 3 heals you. No, we're talking about Akuma. Ryu's fucking a new generation. Ryu's been there since the beginning. Anyway, the characters that you should consider Super 3 on for Elena are the characters with very poor full screen presence. For example, Hugo has a very hard time stopping you from healing, whereas Makoto has a very easy time stopping you from healing. That is a consideration you should make. Hi, bottom feeder. What's up with you tonight? Oh! Got him. The thing about Makoto is it's very difficult to parry her attacks because the threat of Karakusa. Like, none of her attacks are that hard to parry, but just like the looming threat that you could get Karakusa at any moment. Excuse me. Is scary and makes it harder to parry. That worked. That super has like 3-frame startup. It's really fast. I think that a nerf for Elena would be warranted. I don't know whether Capcom will, but I already have like a list of nerfs that I would give to Elena if I had a choice. It's a pretty short list. I would keep her gameplay intact. I wouldn't change her that much. But I thought Elena was broken for a long time. Capcom will probably continue to touch 4. Capcom has said that they will continue to change 4 as long as people are interested in it. That being said, that they think that the current version is the most balanced ever. But I feel like they'll stop thinking that eventually, because I feel like Elena is quite strong. Maybe not Elena alone. I feel like Evil Ryu and Yan are also quite strong. Can Yan combos crouch medium punch into his crouch medium punch? I think so if it's meaty. Normally no. But you can do crouch medium punch into stand light kick. And that's a pretty useful combo actually. You can do crouch medium punch, stand light kick into light dash punch. Dash and Ultra doesn't give you the whole story, Daniel the Daniel. Because a dash ultra is actually a little harder to do than a Shoryuken FADC dash ultra. Because you can actually do the dash earlier and it comes out later. So like you have a little bit more time to roll an ultra if you're doing it in FADC than if you're doing it raw. All of the 5 new characters have messy hitboxes. Hugo's are messy in a bad way for him. Poison's, Relento's, Elena's are messy in a good way for them. Decapre's kind of alright. She used to be the most broken, I think, with her hitbox. Maybe not the most. Elena was the most. Decapre was kind of bugged, but now she's fine. But like, literally all 5 new characters have buggy hitboxes. I can see another shake-up update. I just think that updates will become like the 1.04 update, and not like new versions of the new names for the game or anything like that. But I think like the 1.04, I don't think it's unlikely that we'll see like a 1.05 or whatever. I feel like Gamerby does have the best Elena, but I don't think that Elena is either. I think she's underused for how good she is, and I do think the Gamerby makes her look good. But I feel like her potential is absolutely the highest of any character. Do you guys want to know what literally the best thing ever is? It's a 99-cent Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey. 23 fluid ounces. I know because I have one here. Literally everyone pulled out a pocket Elena. Except fucking the pocket player himself, Infiltration. Ken can link super from bar strong, crouch strong, both overheads, and I think that's all. But all of those moves are relatively low risk, and the fact you can link super makes them high reward. And also, the overheads are mixed up with short jab short, which is a super cancel. So he has overhead and low confirms the super, which is pretty broke. Oh, Infiltration pulled out Elena for Smog, I didn't know. I honestly don't think Infiltration has a main either. I think he had a main, now fucking they nerfed his main, and he's just like, fuck this. I think the closest thing he has to a main is Decapre right now. Which seems to be his character of choice when he doesn't really have a character of choice. Seems to be his character when he's not playing by matchup. It's kind of cool. Decapre's kind of a neat character to see. I like what they did with her design. I feel like they made a good character out of her. Whiffing that low short, trying to kill a forward dash. Akagaeru. They just said it aloud. I think I've pronounced it before, but I've never really thought about it. I don't remember. I think I usually just fucking, I don't know. But Aka is red. Don't know about Gaeru, that could be anything. The sleeper hold! Who does that? Yeah, I actually said that aloud while I was watching Evo with my friends. Infiltration hides his charge very well. Yeah, that's what makes Decapre cool. It's kind of hard to hide your charge with like Chun-Li though, you know what I mean? Maybe you can hide it with Bison. Punka doesn't seem to win a whole lot of tournaments. At least over here. Hated it. Low short, low forward, dark combo. Punko, most people like Punko not because he's like a super amazing player, even though he kind of is, but because he's exciting. Punko plays in a way that seems entirely designed around shocking his opponent through absolute rushdown and through use of like attacks that no one ever does. You can just see it in his gameplay when he does something like a Stand Fierce F80C dash and SPD or something like that. Excuse me. I like this year's Evo. I had a good time. Nice Gato. Oh, it wasn't in time. "12 sucks. High space Kami. 12 sucks to such a degree that even Alex is noticeably better. High Oddish, Alan. I get it, Oddish. Like the Pokemon. Konbanwa. That's the wrong wa. You do konban ha, and it's the particle, so it's pronounced wa. Konbanwa means tonight. It is a greeting. Is 12 Alex really 3-7? I don't know if I can believe that. I feel like 12 is actually okay against Alex. Alex is a hella bad character in this game. There's like never been a pro Alex player. There have been pro Alex players, but they've never done well. There's never been like a super shining example of a great Alex. There's like pretty good Alex. There's like Genki and Keisuke, and they're both like alright Alexes, and there's like Yakuza, and I forget, there's like another one. There's like a bunch of okay Alexes, but they're not like at the level of like Sugiyama Necro or like Hayao Hugo. There's never been one of those for Alex. The new Street Fighter 5 character is fine, I kinda like him. Rennick is a good Alex for America. I've never played him. He does things that I've noticed that most Alex players don't do. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like as good as Japanese Alex players, but I would be surprised if he was good enough to like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Genki footage. Genki is okay. Genki doesn't have the power to beat like most other like named known players. Genki can occasionally beat high level Chuns. I've seen it happen. But Alex sucks, and Alex sucks against Chun particularly. And Alex sucks against most of the cast. He's not even that bad. Worse characters than him have had like more success. Not 4chan image. From B. Tarzan. It's kinda cute. Did you compete at EVO? No, I didn't leave. I don't travel. A little juggle into low strong, that's kinda hard. That's the hardest like juggle that still works. That's like max damage there. Got him. Bonk. Bonk. That's one of the little downfalls of Alex. He has a hard time really anti-airing. You can do like stand strong, and then you can cancel the stand strong into like EX chop or EX knee or something like that. But it's still like the most number of times he can possibly make the opponent parry is like 3. And usually it's like 2 or 1. Alex is somewhat predictable with his anti-air options. Look at this Hugo's just doing, oh, he got him, he's dead. I think I would have been out of range for the throw, but it didn't matter because the 4th hit killed. Alex, if his super isn't in range for the throw, it's actually unsafe on hit, which is terrible. Alex's super 2 is really shitty in a lot of different ways, but it's still his best super. Mostly because of the meter it allows for. Alex likes his EX. I think that they will probably do a decent tutorial considering that the Darkstalkers game and Cross Tekken both emphasized having, or both had like a decent tutorial mode. And those are like the most recent games Capcom did. Fighting games. Oh my god. Whiffer running Meat Squasher, do another Meat Squasher. Towards strong, if you do it early enough, is parryable, and still you can block in time. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool thing Alex has. And it's got a good hitbox. But the problem is that if they parry it, and then fucking, I don't know. Alex will definitely be a better character in Street Fighter 5. Alex, like, just because he sucks in this game doesn't mean they shouldn't bring him back. If anything, because he sucks in this game, they should bring him back. There are 2 Alexes on the screen. 2 is more than 1. That's the tick. Jump jab into land instant can't call it an SPD. Command grab. There's another tick. Alex's tick setups are really good because they annul the startup of his command grab. And then it's just a really fast, long range, unblockable attack. That was a car throw. Dash forward car throw. They're both being really careful of command grabs there. That meaty chop was supposed to try and catch like a failed parry. Like people usually parry the frame they wake up. That was nice. That was a good, that was a lucky EX shoulder super. I have like never watched Ultra Chen. Kazuya, which is this guy, is one of the better Alex players I've seen. So keep an eye on him. He might do some neat stuff. Oh, that's a juggle. One hit crouch fierce is juggleable. Doesn't do that much. Really? He should, like, even if you get 2 hit crouch fierce, as long as it's anti-air, you should be able to juggle out of it. That would be nice. That was a good whiff punish. Alex's buttons are hard to use for whiff punishing because all the good ones are really stubby, and the long range ones are really slow. Alex does not have an easy time whiff punishing. He's like I don't know. I tried to think of a Street Fighter 4 character who's as bad at whiff punishing as Alex is, and I couldn't. I was gonna say Rufus, but Rufus is better. I guess he can whiff punish with the EX chop, okay. Or EX slash elbow. Both of those work pretty well. The EX slash elbow is actually an exceedingly good whiff punish. Yeah, Alex's car grab is off towards fierce. Yeah, Dan's whiff punishing is pretty bad. I didn't know that about Guilty Gear Xrd. That's kind of cool. Publicity is good for us. Mrs. Mikami. Little frame trap. Least favorite characters? I tend to like most characters, so I tend to only dislike the ones that are like really unmemorable. Like Joe and Mike. Joe is probably the most forgettable Street Fighter character in the series. They should kill if he doesn't fuck it up. That was a fuck up. That was not intentional. There is no human way that's intentional. That is simply unoptimal. He missed a super cancel. That was a good jump. You got him. This is like very difficult for Alex to get out of. Yeah. Jumping out was like the most preferable option. Also, he cancelled that crouch face to super, but he didn't quite get the meter. Guarantee it. That sucked. Nice on the Alex player. That was super unsafe though. I guess he was expecting a parry, but getting hit also works. This is still like Aura's round unless he really fucks up. Especially now. Aura can win off of just EX fireballs, really. That was nice. That's safe. Even if he parried it, Aura would have been able to block the jump in or parry it even. The high fireballs recover very quickly. This is a matchup that's comfortably in Aura's favor. It's like a 6.5, 3.5. I wouldn't quite say 7-3, but it's like, it's still really good. I feel like at the highest level it might become 7-3. I don't know. Oof. This is a matchup I know really well because there's a lot of Alex players. That was nice. Super? Nope. Wants to save it. Light fireball super. think the Alex player, that would have worked. Oof. Nice, 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 nice. There was like no unblockable setup there. Do it. Yep, 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 yep. Got him. Smart Super 2 play. The Sora play is pretty good. Boomerang Raid is the only choice for high tier Alex. It's, you have two of them, so after a parry, you generally have a super to land. So it's not his highest damage after a parry. Both of his other supers do more damage after a parry, but you can always land Super 3 after a parry, and Super 1 you rarely have the full bar for. And also Super 2 stocks the most meter, and it's his only invincible reversal. I guess Super 1 is invincible reversal, but it's a throw, and they have to be next to you, so not that good. This is actually a counter pick. Lane is very difficult for Aura. Aura loses handily in footsies. He has an incredibly hard time landing close strong, and all of his other buttons, Elena has like hard counter buttons too. Elena low profiles all his pokes too. Literally just by crouching, Elena has low profile that crouches. Low profile, Elena's crouch is a natural low profile. So Aura mostly just like, he's running Super 3, which I kind of respect. I mean Super 2. Super 3 you have a touch of death on Elena. Haitani plays Makoto in third strike, yes. And I think he still plays, so like, no does. He did 2 dashes and that killed his Oki time. He would have had a better mix-up going. That parry would have killed. He didn't react. That's not like a super hard reaction. No, that was okay. This might still work. Yeah, it did. There you go. This should kill. Light super, cross up unblockable. He's gonna get the meter. He's gonna kill. Haitani still plays third strike. I see him in these tournaments every now and then. Maybe only in archive footage. Maybe he doesn't still play. That was not an unblockable. The Elena is just dumb. All he had to do was block away from Aura. You have to subject them to blocking from both sides. Elena landed into it without ever getting hit by the fireball. That was fortunate for her. Mrs. Mikami still looks like he's got this. She's got this. Nuki quit. I haven't seen Nuki play in ages. Tokido the same. Let's click on this link. That for your top 3 players of all time in third strike, you mean most skilled? I don't know, dude. That's a hard question. Maybe like MOV. Maybe like MOV Kuroda Tokido? I don't know. You can still have casuals. I do it all the time. Here's Koro. This guy plays almost exactly the way I do. I like watching how he plays because of that. It's like I'm there. It's like I'm playing them. That was nice. This is going to do a lot. You got to walk forward a little bit and do the light kick. Or is it tiny hitbox? Ooh, that was nice. Dash in, low parry. This is a very turtly matchup. He did the full chicken combo for meter. You don't normally complete the chicken. This should kill. Unless he gets really lucky. Yeah. Nuki boss Kuroda. Nuki is probably better than Tokido. Now that I'm thinking about it. It's hard. It's hard to gauge Chun-Li's against each other. Boss plays Makoto and Yun. He's more known for his Yun, but he's been playing Makoto lately. You don't see main switches very often in this game. There aren't that many characters. Most people are pretty comfortable doing what they do. VG Link. His smile and optimism gone. I've got 2 more in the works. Sounds like you're eating string cheese waffles. This is a matchup where Dudley solidly wins in every single element of the match, except that Oro literally has kill combo as soon as he lands a single hit. It ends up being pretty even. Like, it doesn't sound like that could possibly be even, but at the end of the day, like when I fight a Dudley who's like about as good as I am, we go about 5-5. It's really silly. It doesn't sound like that could possibly be. He had the meter for another one. Why the fuck didn't he do it? Do you think he was too close to the corner? I think it still would have worked if he did a hard seaver. I feel like that was a mistake. He's still not burning the meter. He had a good opportunity there. He's trying to win and save meter. You get enough meter. You don't need meter in this matchup. That was a failed punish. That was sloppy. Stam roundhouse punish is that easy. Any version. You don't need that much meter. It only takes a bar and a quarter to kill Dudley. And like, you don't need that much meter outside the kill combo. You only need like EX fireballs every now and then. Ever played any card games? I'm assuming you're talking about, say, Magic. No. I played Pokemon cards a bit, but I wouldn't call it competitive. Cards are expensive, dude. Like, you think video games are expensive? You would think they would be more expensive, but in the end of the day, they're not. Smaller events will just be the casual ones. That was a good conversion. That's like the best possible conversion he could have gotten there. He's theoretically won already. Ah, that was a nice parry. He did a bad setup. That one, even a single parry can fuck up the setup. Light super, I hope. Yep. That should have been jump parry into air throw. It didn't matter at that point. Is that green dude human or supposed to be an alien? He's 140 some years old, and he's not green. He's like brown. He can be green. I guess he's kind of like a green brown. He's just really, really, really old. This is YSB. He's my favorite. This matchup is probably 7-3. Oro wins in footsies, but he can't do a lot of his combos because Hugo's a wide body. But the combos he can do are fine. Like, his normal combos would be nice against Hugo, but like the combos he can do still give him a tremendous advantage. That's good. You see how he used to stand jab to trade with the fireball? Oro just lives a really long time because he's fucking mastered his body. He's a Senin, which is a Japanese like archetype. It's like a Senin is like a hermit who's mastered like every single element of the human body, and can do things like move their hair at will and like float and stuff like that. It's like a Japanese like that's good. I love that shit. This guy knows that. Jump fierce gives you time to charge midair. Stand strong into hard ball is safe, and it actually converts to chicken combo on Hugo. You can do stand strong, hard ball, hard stomp twice, and you get a weird chicken combo. But it's 100% safe and converts into Oro's like high damage option. His hit confirm thing, or his punish combo. That was pretty nice. I didn't know that punished. I thought you had to use Super 2 to get that punish. That was really nice. This is like very difficult for Oro at this point. Yeah, it's safe on red parry, I think. Very difficult for Oro at that point. If you don't have enough health to trade, it becomes hard because it's very difficult to avoid trading in footsies. That's normally like really, really good for Oro, that matchup, but like YSP played it really well. It's a bit brave to go for a low parry there. It's not that brave. I guess everything fast Hugo has is a low parry. Crouch, light kick, crouch, medium kick, crouch jab, stand jab can all be parried low. Do you think Gary proved that Elena's top tier? I don't think that everyone's going to be convinced, but I was already convinced. I think that people are more convinced that they were yesterday. Or fucking by yesterday, I mean like a week ago. I think people are more convinced now than they were a week ago that Elena's top tier. I feel like that when esports becomes, when fighting games become esports, there'll just be more guys like me hosting little fucking community tournaments. And once like the player base is more skilled, which it will be if we're full esports, those shitty little tournaments will have like similar skill to like mid level for like majors and stuff. Of all the things I think are broken about Elena, I don't think healing is very broken. I feel like healing is just poorly understood. Ibarra is a pretty good Hugo, but YSB is also a pretty good Hugo. The input for low parry is straight down. Parries must begin at neutral. It's neutral to down. High parry is neutral to forward. Air parry is neutral to forward. You cannot go from down back to down. Elena's combos are not that hard. She gets a lot of rap for being a hard character, but she's not really that hard. She only has like one frame link that's really super useful. Most of her links are 2 frames. The 1 frame link is probably the easiest possible 1 frame link you could have too. There's no chain in the way, you get a lot of time to hit confirm it. Like, it's like a pretty good 1 frame link. It's like if Chun's not doing anything and she's in the range where Ultra One will punish it, Ultra One will punish healing, but you'd be surprised how fast Elena can cancel healing. Elena's healing cancel is really quick once she gets to a point in the animation that she can cancel it. I don't know if it's 7 frames quick, but it's like almost there. At least he got meter there. Standing hard kick crouch light punch is theoretically quite useful, but insanely difficult. It's an unblinkable 1 framer, and like you have to go for another 1 frame for it to make it damage useful. Like Elena's theoretical max damage after a focus, for example, meterless, is like stand roundhouse crouch jab crouch strong, but that's 2 1 frame links, and the first one's unblinkable. Elena Infiltration was quite prepared for Gamer B's Elena. His Chun-Li was a smart pick again. He knew like Chun-Li against Elena, and he played the matchup almost perfectly. At the end of the day, though, like Gamer B's Elena is much more consistent and knowledgeable and shit than Infiltration's Chun is. Sayambu is pretty good in this game. It's really good against some characters. Hugo is one of the characters it's really good against. You have cross-up unblockables against large characters with Sayambu. Yang is the 3rd character with cross-up unblockables. Oro and Yurian get cross-up unblockables all the fucking time. Yang gets them sometimes. And there's some other characters who can get like... Actually, I don't know. Ibuki can get them. No, he was like playing it like... He was playing it really close. That was nice. And he got the taunt off. He knew it was going to trade and he taunted. Or maybe he didn't know it was going to trade. Maybe he just thought it might. He's ready for the taunt regardless. Yeah, Q is a big body, and the Sambo is pretty good against him. That's a cross-up unblockable. And he just led into like a full combo. Most people just do repeated resets because that does more damage. No, I do not have any beginner videos for 3S noobs coming from Ultra Street Fighter 4. If I felt like there was a big market of those, I would do more videos regarding that. That was some pretty nice parrying. He parried until he confirmed that he was on the ground. That was actually really sexy. Yup. I feel like Jerry's better than people think. I feel like Jerry's a top 10 character. But I feel like she's like number 10 if she's a top 10 character. Fugu. Fugu does not play that much like me, but he plays like me. He is probably better than Korra. Aura's combos also don't work on twins. But Aura doesn't get anything in return on twins. They do have very low health. Thanatos was really good, but like modern Auras are also really good. Aura's been developed a lot compared to most characters, so like modern Auras using the new tech are like as good as like theoretically better Auras who weren't using the new tech back in the day. My Oro is almost a direct copy off of Dirty Umpu. I took everything he did, I studied it meticulously, and I copied the shit out of it. I X-copied Dirty. Jerry got a lot of buffs. Jerry's overall quite a strong character compared to what she used to be. Jerry's been buffed every version. Like overall buffed every version. And Jerry in particular probably got the nicest ultra buffs. Maybe not the nicest, but some of the nicest. I don't know who got the nicest ultra buffs. I remember being very impressed by Chun-Li's ultra buffs. I was like, wow, that's all really good. Every single change Chun-Li got was like a nice change. I don't know what Ying says first on. I have no idea. I can't even fucking sound it out in my head right now. I can't fucking think of how it sounds. Next hit Dizzy's. Next hit actually kills. Hit Dizzy then killed. I play KOF 13 a bit. I'm not very good compared to like what you might be expecting. But I'm like okay. I'm like above scrub in KOF, but I'm not like anywhere near pro. And I also play Mortal Kombat 10 and Injustice. Although I admit I haven't played Injustice recently. I played Killer Frost in Injustice, and in Mortal Kombat 10 I'm I guess a Scorpion main. How would you rate yourself? I'm alright. I'm good enough to beat pros occasionally, you know what I mean? But I'm not good enough to like beat pros consistently. I played Vampire Savior a little bit. I wouldn't feel qualified at all teaching people. I'd be more comfortable being taught. Injustice is obviously overshadowed by MKX now. Pretty much all the fucking Injustice players have moved over to MKX too. The NetherRealm players don't mind. Injustice was incredible. I feel like MK9 came from a series where there hadn't really been a good competitive game before. Like, Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3 were sort of accidentally competitive, but they never really tried and succeeded. And I feel like they began to try with MK versus DCU. There were a lot of elements made to try and make it a competitive game, and it was like a. I feel like it was like a 5 out of 10 fighting game. You know what I mean? I feel like it was like kind of okay. Maybe like a like a 5 out of 10 fighting game, which is pretty bad compared to most like maybe like a 4 out of 10 fighting game. But then they made MK9, and MK9 was like really good. It was very competitive. It was like a huge. It took like elements from every single good fighting game, and like a ton of elements from Mortal Kombat 3, which it was like a spiritual successor to, or Return to 2D combat. Everything about its design was really smart. And Injustice, that was like a 7 out of 10 fighting game in my book. And Injustice went to like 9 out of 10 for me. I feel like they just got every single design decision perfectly. They went to back to block and they got it right, except for like Scorpion's teleport before nerf. They pulled like the trait system, like basically the trait system they basically pulled from like drives in Guilty Gear or like stuff like that. Combo breakers were kind of like toned down and made more fair in the form of clashes. Although I would argue they kind of take too long to resolve. Stuff like that. I feel like every single design decision was like a really big, aggressive step into experimental like competitive fighting games. It seemed like Ed Boon wasn't just content to copy the really well-known fighting games, although he did do a lot of like studying and copying, but he also was willing to do things that other fighting games were kind of afraid to do. Stuff like unblockable supers and shit like that. Like fucking the arrows from Green Arrow. Or like, I don't know. And it was very easy too. That's one of the things that's really incredible about NetherRealm games, is despite the fact that they've made huge pushes into competitive gameplay, they've never been difficult. And they've been like really good introductions into competitive games for normies. Like my casual ass roommate who'd never played a fighting game before got Injustice himself without me even fucking prompting him. It was his first fighting game. He picked up like Green Arrow and he was actually doing like Green Arrow combos within a week. Like within a few days. He was doing like bread and butter, like long combos for like 30%. Yeah, the interactables were very, I'm going to say progressive, but progressive implies good. I don't want to say regressive, though. They were experimental, and that's neat. But they didn't work out as well as maybe Edmund wanted. Green Arrow was a very interestingly designed character, even if he ended up sucking. Pig Advantage was fun. It was kind of pay to win. That was unfortunate. The DLC characters ended up being strong, but a lot of them didn't end up getting nerfed in time. Darkstalker's music is really good. Darkstalker's art style is really good. Darkstalker's presentation is really good. Injustice, maybe not so much. I think it was a little artsy. I like how everyone had like a different icon on the bottom around their meter. Seth Killian's new game, I forget. Something Thunder. What is it, chat? Help me out. Yeah, they got... It wasn't super balanced when it released. Oh god. Hold on. I don't want to watch this right now. What's the ugliest fighting game? 3D Balls. Go look it up. Balls with a Z. No, you don't know about ugly fighting games. Time Killers is quite ugly. I'm trying to think. What's like a really ugly fighting game? Clay Fighters is very ugly. It's artsy, but it's ugly. I'm gonna put a little dot. Just so I know where we are. I'm gonna keep going with this shit.